Hey everybody, how's it going? It's me, Stewie Louie. I hope you're having a good Anyway, one of my favorite genre of games has to be, hands down, RPGs. I don't know, I just see such a charm in turn-based combat and stuff. I don't know why. And one of my favorite RPGs of all time has to be EARTHBOUND. So EARTHBOUND is pure beauty. There's so much to it. It's just insane how much happens in the game. It's a magnificent game. I'm going to be talking about why I love it, why I hate it, and basically what the heck EARTHBOUND is. Let's start off with the story. You play as Ness, a young boy in a town called... I think a town called Eagleland. I don't know. Something called Eagleland. May I mention, a lot of people relate it to Undertale. I guess the guy, Toby Fox, who made Undertale, was the same person who made the Halloween hack for EARTHBOUND, so, yeah. Probably mostly because they're both kind of RPGs, even though they're completely different games. Anyway, so that boy's name is Ness. One second. Sorry, I just thought I heard something. It was just my cat. Anyway. Ness, so he wakes up one night while he's sleeping to a large sound outside by the mountain. He goes to the meteor only to see that the cops have put a barrier up. He goes home again, comes back later, and the cops are gone. With Pokey, of course. Pokey is his neighbor, so yeah. Then upon getting close to the meteor, a bee appears, whose name is Buzzbuzz. 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 Buzzbuzz tells you you're meant to go on an adventure with three other kids, three boys and one girl. You being one of the boys, anyway. To save the world from an evil being called Gygus. Upon going back to Pokey's home, something I should say, there are going to be major game spoilers, so close out the video if you don't want that now. Upon going to Pokey's home, his dad yells at them, and their mom slaps the heck out of Buzzbuzz, and he dies. But before getting home, you meet this guy. Hard to see, I'm sorry. His name is Starman. Well, this probably isn't the one, but you fight Starman Jr., the easiest fight in all of gaming history. So easy you can't even lose. Buzzbuzz puts a shield around you which blocks all of Starman's attacks. Anyway, Buzzbuzz dies, but not before giving you the Sound Stone, which you need to go to 8 locations called Your Sanctuary. I don't quite know why you need the melodies from those, but you need it. Apparently you need it to fight Gygus, however you pronounce it, even though you never hear the song after that. So Buzzbuzz dies, and you go on a great adventure. So remember when Buzzbuzz said you and 3 other kids had to save the world? As the adventure continues, you'll meet 3 other kids. The default names are Ness, Paula, Jeff, Pooh. You can name them, by the way, but the default names are Ness, Paula, Jeff, and Pooh. Pooh. Getting more party members is magnificent because it makes fights a lot easier. Except the thing is, they all start at level 1. Like I said, it's an RPG, so you kill monsters, and you get experience, and you level up. Leveling up enough will net you PSI moves, which PSI is short for psychic? I don't know. And they're very useful. The first one you ever learn is a life up, which it's not the same thing as healing, trust me. Which, as you can guess, ups your life. Eventually you get the most powerful attack in the game, I think. At the beginning of the game, along with naming the characters, you can also name your favorite food, your dog's name, and your hobby. The most powerful attack in the game is your hobby. Let's say you did PSI. Let's say you did gaming as your hobby. It'd be PSI gaming. It's basically, I'm going to call it PSI hobby. PSI hobby is basically a screen nuke. Except it's not, because there's some enemies that can dodge it. But it is very powerful. Trust me. I noticed that I really weird case. Anyway, that's all I have to say about the story, so... Anyway, I'm going to continue by talking about the gameplay of the game. So Ness and everybody else is moderately slow, but there are ways of going faster. For example, at one point in the game, you'll learn how to teleport, which is very useful. It's the worst teleporting in gaming history. So basically, you run so fast you teleport. Doesn't sound bad, right? Run into something, teleport fails. You waste your magic points. Oh yeah, PSI moves use up magic points. Except they're called psychic points. You want to know how they abbreviate that? Psychic points. PP. I don't like it either. Eventually you get an upgrade where you spin around in a circle and you go up, but you can still run into things. It's annoying. You can also get a bike, but as soon as you get one more party member, the bike is thrown in the trash can. And it'll turn into scrap later on. Even if you have teddy bears. Oh yeah, teddy bears are good items. It makes it so that enemies attack the teddy bears instead of you. But the teddy bears can die. So if you have a teddy bear, you can't ride a bicycle. Have 2 people, you can't ride a bicycle. Have a temporary party member, you can't ride a bicycle. Everybody's dead except one character, which would most likely be Ness. And we have one character to ride the bicycle, can't ride the bicycle. You have to lug around everybody's stuff. Can't do that while riding a bicycle. You can also eat skip sandwiches, which makes you go super fast. Okay, I'm sorry about the mouth close-ups. I'm so sorry. So yeah, but run into an enemy. Time for battle. So battling in the game, RPG, of course. You choose an action, and depending on your speed, you will attack after or before the enemy. And then your character will choose the action that you chose. Bash is your normal attack, which you use your item. You can equip things, by the way. Yeah. And If you equip something, it's still part of your inventory. I don't get it. Oh yeah, you only get, I'm just gonna say like 12 items. And they are not stackable. You can't have 5 croissants, 20 hamburgers, and all the important items. No separate pockets for separate types of items. None of that. None of that garbage. 12 inventory slots. That's it. Anyway. I keep getting off topic. Sorry. You can also use your PSI moves, which are very effective, but they use PP, of course. Oh, PP! It's pretty fun for some reason. But the main gimmick you're going to be paying attention to is the scrolling HP. Every time you get hit, instead of your health just immediately, I can't snap by the way. I'm sorry, I just keep immediately snapping to that number that's supposed to be, it scrolls down. If you take more damage than your max HP, if you mash text boxes enough, you can heal before it actually scrolls to 0, which is very stinking useful. And sorry if I can't cuss, I just can't get myself to do it. Frick. Okay, you got me to do it. I'm sorry. Age rating M for mature. I'm so sorry. It's just really fun. Except for those gosh dang status ailments. If you don't know, status ailments are status changes that will affect your character. If you catch a cold, every time it's your turn to attack, you sneeze and take 4 damage. I don't know if that differs between your stats, but Not only that, in the overworld, if you still have the cold, you take 4 damage over time. You can only cure that in 2 ways. Using the rare item Cold Remedy, which I snapped. Which immediately cures the cold, or using healing, PSI Healing Alpha. For some reason, Beta comes after Alpha, and I don't know why. Anyway, it cures the cold, at the cost of some PP. I'd rather use healing instead of Cold Remedy. Cold Remedy is 1 use, unlike healing, which is multi-use, depending on your psychic points. Poison is the same way. There's basically no reason to explain it. So, yeah. And sometimes you can go numb, which for 1 turn, you can't move. Of course, you can use psychic abilities, because why not? But there's another kind of numb. A numb that is permanent, unless you can get it fixed at the hospital, or you find some sort of healing thing that could get rid of it. I've never gotten it. I've done 3 playthroughs of it, so none of them I finished. I'm sorry, that whole time I was filming, I was just staring at a screen. I'm sorry. I've done 3 playthroughs. None I finished. I don't know if I've said that already. Unfortunately, I can't show any gameplay footage because I don't know how I could get certain parts of the game, so I'm just going to be explaining it if that's what you're into. I mean, I think that's enough for the gameplay aspects. So, yeah. Next, I think I'm gonna be talking about... You never know what's gonna happen in the game. Anything can happen. You could be fighting a stop sign, you could be fighting a taxi car, you could be fighting a normal everyday man, you could be fighting a man with a paintbrush who may or may not look like a certain member of a certain clan. Anything can happen, basically. If you thought my spoiler warning earlier was serious, I'm serious even more now. Major spoiler warning for the end game. You've been warned. Oh, are you watching still? Okay, then. So at the end of the game, you appear in the weird place called I forget what it's called, but it has Mr. Saturn in it, like a lot of them. You may know them from Smash Bros. And stuff like that. You go there for the second time as Jeff's dad, Dr. Andonut's father. Sorry, dad might sound a little weird. Anyway, Dr. Andonut's built a machine that can go back in time to when Gaius, as I mentioned way before, was even born. That's when you need to go stop him. In the final fight. The final fight. The final fight. The final fight. I don't want to know what Gaius grown-up looks like. I really don't. Or even what he's like in general. I don't even like that. Because you're fighting him before he's even born. There's a lot of inappropriate stuff you can make out of the Cave of the Past, which is where you end up after going back in time. I'm not going to explain it because this is a kid-friendly channel. I'm so sorry. So you go into the cave, you go into the other cave. There's a lot of pulsating intestines everywhere. Oh, and also you all your party members turn into robots when you go back in time, because for some reason you'll be ripped to shreds if you don't turn yourself into a robot. What kind of surgery do you have to go through to turn into a robot? I don't think a lot, no. Anyway, starts off, Pokey, as I mentioned earlier, is evil. Who knew? So he teams up with Gaius to fight you. Apparently Pokey's weak to hypnosis, so use that on him as much as you can. Gaius looks pretty creepy, so also go for him, please. But Paula's prayer move, which has been available from the start, it seemed pointless at the time as it did random things, but in this fight, it did damage to Gaius. And by damage, I mean this kind of damage, and I wish I was kidding. So just keep doing that, and eventually Gaius will blow up, and you'll win. Though Gaius has multiple forms. At first, he's just a pulsating eyeball with the pupil having an image of Ness's face, which is creepy. Then he turns into a creepy, can only guess, face. I was like, something like that. I'm so sorry for that bad imitation. As the battle continues, his face gets more and more distorted and mosaic. I think that's how you pronounce that word. But looking very, very, very close at the pattern of Gygus, you can actually see the shape of a baby's head. And I don't mean it's just like a circle with a little thing right there looking like a neck, and you're gonna be like, that's just a coincidence. I mean, you can see the nose, the lips, and maybe even the eyes of the baby. And it's insane. But remember that this is when Gygus wasn't even born, which is my theory. It does that because whatever kind of creature, demon, devil Gygus is, that's what babies look like when they're first born, when they're newborns. Oh, I don't want to see the mother at all. I can't imagine the mother. Anyway. When it gets super creepy and the music is just unsettling, praying enough will result in you winning and everybody's dead. The end. Okay, so I'm joking. All your party members turn into these green balls of glowing essence and go back to the past. No, future, present time. They go back into the bodies of all your party members, and they wake up, and you bring everybody home. Jeff and Pooh go home by themselves, but you bring Paula home, and then you go home. Alternatively, you can get a different ending by bringing Paula to your home. The only difference between the endings is Paula joins the ending. And also, one complaint I should say is the photograph guy. Why did they think this was a good idea? Basically, the photo guy comes every 5 seconds, and I'm not exaggerating. Okay, maybe I am, but still. And he takes a photo. Those photos are the photos you see in the final credits cutscene. You can make that stop happening by, how should I put it? Not progressing the story and not winning at all. As he only takes your photo at certain parts of the story, that's not randomized, it's always the same, just in case you were wondering. And, sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. Sorry about that. He comes all the time, and he's annoying. At least he has some part in the story. And by that I mean not at all. But still, yeah. Alright, there's one more thing I want to talk about. I'm gonna put on multiple hats. My first hat is average player hat. This game is a magnificent game. It's a masterpiece. Mwah, mwah. Love it. Exquisite. It's just very enjoyable. Stress relieving to me. Although sometimes I want to pull my hair out because the beginning part of the game is actually the most difficult. And I hate it. It's so hard, it could take multiple tries to even get past that part. After that, the game is just a breeze. With a few exceptions, of course. And, other times I enjoy it very much. See y'all later, casual gamer. Time for my completionist hat. As far as I can remember, there's not much way you can really complete the game. There's a lot you have to do. The only thing I can think of is getting all the rare items, which have like a 1 in 28 chance of appearing. Here's some examples. The sharks at the beginning of the game, not actual sharks, have a rare chance of dropping pizza, which is a very good healing item as you can split between your entire team, which doesn't split the HP you heal at all. It's great when it costs like $1 million to get it normally. But still, I don't think it's worth it to grind those sharks. After you beat Frank, one of the game's bosses, very early game boss, all the sharks go away. No more pizza, no more free pizza, it's gone. And then in the your sanctuary location, there's a lot of mighty bears. They have a small chance of dropping a super plush teddy bear. Remember the teddy bears? What about a super plush? I think I actually got that and didn't even know it was rare. As soon as I learned that, I was like, is it just me or was that slightly anticlimactic? Anyway. And then one of the hardest ones to get is endgame enemies, Starman Supers. They have a 1 in 28, I think, chance of dropping the best weapon for Pooh, the Sword of Kings. And since I think Starman Supers are hard enemies, at least for my standards, I've never actually got that far, if I'm honest. It's just a hard thing to get. If there's any items I missed, then please comment below. I don't like this game very much. Okay, see you later, completionist. This game is magnificent. It's a masterpiece. Final words. All I can say is it's... Hold on. Do I really have to take a shower? I just enjoy playing it. I think that's all I'm going to say about the game. I'll see you guys in the next video I make, whenever and whatever that'll be. So I'll see you guys later. Now, get out of my house.